Welcome to the Strange Take, where we give you the strange take on whatever we're talking about. So, looking at the hits on my podcast, seems like everybody enjoyed the time travel, killer robots, all that fun stuff, UFOs. Yeah. Well, I could talk about that stuff all day, but, there's so many people talking about that kind of stuff. But who are the people talking about that kind of stuff? And that comes down to our title and topic, right? For today. Bullshitters. Storytellers. Yep. There's nothing worse than a bullshitter trying to bullshit a bullshitter, right? So, when somebody's trying to bullshit me, I'm like, oh, but you have no idea. I'm like the king of bullshit, right? I can talk about the most ridiculous things all day long. So, and, the thing that gives a bullshitter away, in my opinion, there's quite a few things, but, body language and, just the way the story goes, right? If you can't put sense to it, then either that's the most amazing fucking story I ever fucking heard, or you're just full of shit, pal, right? So, well, there's quite a few different layers and levels to bullshitters, of course, right? There's the people, they'll tell you that story and it's just so far out, it's like, oh, I flew in an airplane once and, and the wings fell off and the pilot landed the plane still, right? It's like, well, how the fuck do you land it without wings, right? Bullshit. No fucking way, right? Or the guy that says, oh yeah, I've eaten, 40 kilogram hamburger. Oh, fuck, you haven't eaten a fucking 40 kilogram fucking, you'd blow your guts up. You'd explode right at the fucking table. You'd just, there'd be more hamburger than your own blood and guts everywhere, right? On pickles and all that stuff too. Holy fuck, right? Bullshitters, you gotta love them. I mean, hey, I think we all know a bullshitter or work with a bullshitter or, got a friend that's a bullshitter or a family member, right? The bullshitting family members, yeah. Well, especially, if you have siblings and you're competing for the attention of the, mom and dad, right? And all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, I got an A on my test, but I lost it, Really? Did you? But the other kid's like, well, I got a C+, and here's my test. Yeah. How about you ask somebody, hey, you didn't get your job done yesterday. Can you explain why? Right? Here we go. Well, blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah. Holy fucking excuses. And is giving excuses bullshitting, right? Or is bullshit just the improper word, or it's the slang for excuses? Don't give me bullshit. Don't give me excuses. Both have the same meaning, right? But, I mean, when we get into talking about, like I first mentioned at the beginning, UFOs and stuff, right? Well, UFOs, right? Hey, if a military fighter pilot takes footage, I don't quite think it's going to be bullshit, right? Especially when they release it 5 years after the fucking pilot took it, right? But, some of these old pictures of the UFOs, they have the classic, right? The classic UFO look, the saucer, the thing on top, little spoked legs kicking out the bottom, right? I don't think if they're flying around anti-gravity that they need landing spikes, but hey, what do I know, right? But I think that maybe if UFOs, obviously it's proven that unidentified flying objects or aerial phenomenons or whatever they try to label it as, right? Are real, obviously. I mean, these things are happening. But it's the people, like, you start getting into, like, oh, I was abducted. You were, right? And they took you in their spaceship. And they did, experiments on you. Right? Anal probing. A lot of people do that on porn, they get anal probed, right? Guys and girls alike, But, to say that you never really hear of something that we can't, imagine, right? So someone's like, yeah, he pulled out the scalpel and cut me open, and then, and they use like some stuff that, makes me think of Star Trek to zoom me back up. So, the story they're telling, right? Somewhere you'll see it in a movie, read it in a book. You got that anime buddy that's like, hey, I got some really great imaginative ideas, right? So, maybe some people have been taken, right, by UFOs, but, all they have to do is contact the government, say, give us some people, or, we need to experiment, right? So, they get them, They'd be sending up some of the world's best for experimenting on, right? Like this guy and this girl are run further, faster, and do anything better than anybody in the world. So here, experiment on them, right? They're representing us on your whatever, your doctor table on your spaceship, So maybe that's where UFOs, kind of the bullshit, comes in, and outlandish stories, right? And then there's, even like UFOs, and that's a very proven culture, and society and social media platforms. And they've proven it, right? They're there. So let's talk about ghosts. Ghosts, right? Yeah. Demons, poltergeist. How about those ghost hunter guys, right? I watched Ghost Hunters when it, first came out. And you're like, oh, I see it. I saw it. There's an hour. I heard it too, right? I'm here in the show, and I see what you guys are, experiencing. But really, people experience things, and I'm not saying ghosts are bullshit, okay? But I think that, UFOs and ghosts are very easy stepping stones for bullshitters. Yeah. It's like, time travelers, right? Maybe they're bullshit too, I've seen a lot of the pictures and videos, and I don't really ever show you like a city, like here, I went up on a mountain to take a picture. It's like some building that's all condemned, and that's all you see. So, maybe they're bullshitting, right? Maybe not. But there's lots of things besides, work or, bullshitting. There's always the guy, at the party, or the girl, and they got the stories, and everybody's like, wow, it's so funny. And maybe bullshitters, some people are really funny, can actually take bullshit, or, making up bullshit and make it really funny, right? So even everyone knows that the person's bullshitting, but it's just so fucking funny, right? So that's unacceptable bullshit, right? Work bullshit, no. Bullshitters at work, no. Arguing siblings, one's a bullshitter, nope, ain't gonna happen there either, right? Ain't gonna get called out all the time. It's like, I didn't eat the fucking hot dogs in the fridge, I didn't eat anything. And it's like, well, the hot dogs are missing, right? How about stealing? Thieves, right? They bullshit a lot too when they're caught. Oh, the bullshit starts. Oh, no, officer, I bought this chocolate bar yesterday, or, I was way out of town at some little corner store, right? I was stealing this vacuum out of the out of the big box store, you know. But I threw it over the fence, but, you know, I thought it was just like garbage. So I just wanted to clear it out, you know. If there, you know, or I threw it out the back door, right? So, bullshitter, going to jail. I'm fucking stealing, right? Bullshitting happens everywhere, right? I mean, especially like you hear someone who got in a fight the day before and they're telling the story, right? Oh, it's just full of bullshit. It's like, oh yeah, I landed a right and he dropped to one knee and I landed a left and he was screaming for me to stop now. Yeah, maybe some people can do that, right? They can get in there and bust someone up and then tell the story about it, right? But most times people talking about a fight they were in and they make themselves sound, you know, like tough and they could handle it, you know, but really it's probably the motherfucker got his ass kicked, right? You know, bullshitting to sound tough or something, you know. I've even been in bullshitting contests myself, like one guy bullshit, so I bullshit a little more than he did or she did, and then they bullshit more and I bullshit more. Next thing you know, you're both bullshitting so fucking much, you might as well go get fucking married and be the bullshit couple, right? Because of all the bullshitting, you know. So sometimes a real story can be funny, or sometimes the real true story is, you know, boring, right? So we throw a little bullshit in there to, you know, make it more interesting, right? But, yeah, you know, bullshitting about UFOs, bullshitting about ghosts, bullshitting about fucking stealing the hot dogs out of the fridge or whatever it might be, you know. Bullshitting at work. Well, how about just bullshit, you know? When we were kids, we used to find big cow patties and dip a stick in it and chase your friend around and try to wipe the shit on him. And I remember one fucking kid, we stuck it into a big cow patty and we chased him around with it. And we just thought it was funny, but then the kid ended up doing this weird move and caught the stick right in the fucking head, and all this cow shit wiped all over him. And so right away I dropped the stick, you know, we're just kids. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Then I bust out laughing, right? Because he looks so funny with the fucking cow shit all over his face, right? But I felt bad. I did. But it was so funny that I bust out laughing. So I probably looked like a bullshitter. Probably thought I was bullshitting about, you know. I was bullshitting about, you know, not feeling bad. But sometimes, you know, you do feel bad, but you just laugh in your fucking head right off, right? You know, you just want to I wish I had that on my phone so I could post it. And it was so fucking funny, right? Or nobody would believe me if I told the story. Oh, and then there's the people out there that really do experience stuff. And when they tell the story, it sounds like fucking bullshit. Like I was talking about my cat swinging off my cock when he was just a kitten. Like caught me in the middle of the morning and just jumped on it and, you know, caught me off guard. No, that sounds like a bullshit story, right? But dead fucking true, right? So at least I got one thing personally I can share with you that wasn't bullshit, but sounded like bullshit. Yeah, that's right, everybody. So unless you see it with your own eyes, or it's, you know, really funny, right? Or, you know, it's all up to you if bullshit's okay or not. That's one thing we get for free. We get to choose. Yeah, your bullshit's funny, or your bullshit pissed me off, or I just don't want to listen to your bullshit, right? So, but anyways, you know, everybody's a strange take on bullshit, right? Strange taking on the bullshitters and all the bullshit that bullshits. So, I think I may have just broke a record for saying bullshit. But anyways, everybody, this is a strange take. Strange world, strange days. Y'all take care.